Before we begin, to all my returning viewers, always grateful for you. Many thanks for the support. For all you newcomers and lurkers, do me a favor, hit that like button, feel free to subscribe. I pride myself on not running memberships on this channel. I don't want other collectors to pay for my toys or subsidize my work. No exclusive content. I want my videos out there for everyone to see. And to get more eyes on them, the only thing I ask in return, I just need you to press a couple of buttons. By watching this video alone, you're doing me the solid here, because your viewership is worth more to me than anything on this channel. Hugest of thanks, y'all. I put a good amount of time in this video. I hope you enjoy. What's up, y'all? This is Just Jay Hernandez, and today we're going to be talking about the best figures of the year, Spring Edition. Here we go. All right, y'all. So today in the house, we're going to be taking a look at the best figures of 2025 so far. Now, this is the Spring Edition. As you can see, we have last year's tie for number one here. We've got Jada's Bison, and we've got Marvel Legends Secret Wars Spider-Man. Now, for those of you all who are familiar with my videos, you know that my list videos can get pretty cutthroat. Come summer, fall, and the final best of video of 2025, all of these figures that you're about to see will have to defend their spots. Now, the great thing about this video, it's the first installment of the year. So stakes, they're pretty low. Every single one of these figures have nothing to worry about when it comes to keeping their spots.
For now.
Anyway, I digress. Yeah, in this little amount of time, we've already got some fairly good heavy hitters. So we'll see how they stack up as the year goes on. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get to this top 10. At number 10, we've got, from McFarlane's DC Multiverse line, Silver Age Superman. Yes, y'all. Let's give it up to McFarlane for finally getting Superman right, even if it is a bit too little too late. I mean, what? He has the license for the rest of the year? Yeah? I bet he has a few more bangers he'd like to go out on. As it stands so far, this is his most impressive Superman offering, in my opinion. And who knew? When it comes to simplicity, McFarlane is able to pull it off really well. Colors that pop, adequate sculpt, wired cape, a Supes who isn't happy or mad, just neutral. You gotta dig it. And I'll say this again, by far the best Superman he has made. At number 9, from the Frazetta Girls Icon Collectibles line, we have got Vampereella. And I can't state enough how well this particular line excels in their sculpts. Now, if you will recall, Dark Wolf held a spot in the final top 10 this past year, and I'm more than sure Icon Collectibles will have a place in the list this year. Now, whether it's Vampereella, that remains to be seen. But with what we've got here, beautiful, so true to Frank Frazetta's work, you'd recognize this silhouette anywhere. Paint that looks like candy. The only place this figure lacks, and why it's so far down the line, is articulation. Now, if it had a few more points, it very well may have been higher, but still, with what it is we have here, Vampereella still made its way onto the list in a year that's already stacked with great offerings. At number 8, we've got, from Mattel's Masters of the Universe New Eternia line, Vintage Collection, a Skeletor. Now, I can't tell you how much I dig this one, especially when it comes to hitting that nostalgia button. Now, I was a huge Masters of the Universe fan when I was a kid. I mean, I still am. I loved the line from the early 00s. I love the Maddie line. I'm down with Mondo stuff, and every now and again, I'll pick up the odd Mattel figure. Now, this is a figure that's not to be missed, in my opinion, if you dig MOTU. Now, when it comes to Skeletor, this is the quintessential version, in my opinion. You can't get more OG than this guy. Them classic colors, beautiful head sculpt, coupled with some alright accessories and adequate articulation. Definitely cooking here. At number 7, we've got, from Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series, their Celebration exclusive, Aronin. And wow, y'all, this guy is striking. Sweet black and white deco, which is true to the source material. Some alright articulation, but the real reason why this guy is here is because it's Hasbro's first foray into wired soft goods. And for their first time around, yeah, y'all, this thing is no joke. And by far, when it comes to soft goods, way better than anything McFarlane has put out so far. Now, after all these years, one would hope we start seeing this treatment with Marvel Legends. We need a Magneto, a Doctor Doom with soft goods like this. Super strong wires, pliable as all heck. Yeah, man. This has got to become a standard for real, because it's just too good. At number 6, from NECA's TMNT line, repping your local Target's Haulathon section, here comes the Shredder. Wow, y'all. What an update. And not just an update, possibly one of the best figures now as it stands in NECA's TMNT line. Gorgeous sculpt, clean paint, awesome articulation, plenty of accessories. But what sets this Shredder apart even more, and little by little we've been seeing NECA toy with this, we've got pinless tech. Love it, y'all. It just cleans up the entire presentation of this figure, and it ups its stock pretty dang high. Now, here's hoping within the next year or two, we'll see some OG Turtle Boys with the same love. I mean, we saw it with the Intergalactic Wrestling Boys, so never say never. Anyway, I digress. Shredder, Orokusaki, so true to the source material, incredibly imposing, and a worthy addition to any TMNT collection. NECA really outdid themselves with this one. At number 5, the halfway point, from Boss Fight Studios' Epic Hacks line, we've got Red Sonia. Seriously dig this one. I love me some Red Sonia. Was a big fan of what Loose Collector was able to give us a year before last. And since Boss Fight announced their She-Devil with a Sword offering, I'd been anticipating this one as well. Awesome sculpt, so many accessories. You get 2 separate looks for Sonia, which seriously rocks. The only reason this one isn't top 3, given the modular nature of Boss Fight's Epic Hacks line, the articulation, it can be a little finicky. The joints pop out sometimes, but it's tough to fault the figure for that because that's what it's meant to do. However, when you have your figure all posed up and ready to go with accessories in hand, it looks so dang good, y'all, for real. And it fits in perfectly with your other domestic 12 scale offerings. At number 4, from Kyoto's amazing Yamaguchi line, we've got Ninja Gaiden's Ryu Hayabusa. And yes, y'all, when you think of ultimate posable ninja with crazy points of articulation, super sweet paint, heck a number of accessories, This is the guy. This is the ninja of your dreams. Now, I'm picky and choosy with my revels these days, but when this one was announced, I knew I had to have it because Ninja Gaiden stuff over the years has been really, really few and far between. Given the rarity of product we see with this particular franchise, lucky for us, Kyoto did not waste it. This is by far one of the best offerings they've had these past couple of years, y'all. Believe it. Down to the final three. At number 3, from Jada Toys' Street Fighter line, we've got a Blanca. Now, true story. Before I was a Ryu guy on the arcades, me being the young button-mashing kid I was, Blanca was my guy. And you can't fault me. I was like 10 or 11 years old. He was a green beast that electrocuted his opponents when you tap the punch buttons in succession. I mean, what do you expect? Anyway, I digress. Yeah, y'all, always been a fan of Jada's Street Fighter stuff. And for my cash, this guy is one of their more impressive pieces. Whether it's the strong sculpt, the crispy paint, the squishy hair that doesn't get in the way of neck and head mobility, the deep squats. Yeah, y'all. Blanca here is the real deal. If you're a Street Fighter fan, or even if you're just a fan of awesome figures in general, you'd be doing yourself a great disservice in not picking this guy up. It's just that good. At number 2, from Mythic Legions, we've got the Tarpiculi. And y'all, for real, one of Mythic Legion's strongest offerings. I always been a skeleton guy, and Legions took their formula of these bone boys and just cranked it up to max. Super beastly, wicked sculpt, and modular. You want all long arms? You want all short arms? You want the wings on the legs? You can do that. Horrible nightmare fever dreams. That'll last for a month. Heck yes, y'all. But yeah, when it comes to a beautiful combo of artistry and value, you can't get more on target with this figure. One of this year's absolute best. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. At number 1, we've got from Bonkers Toys, Skibbity Toilet Plunger Man. Kidding, just kidding. That one's just for me. But, not to be outdone, in controversial picks for my top spot choice, in the face of the most annoying and unfortunately the most vocal wing of this community, I'm going to be giving them a lot of fodder with this one. At number 1, we've got Maximum Series Spider-Man. Eat it, nerds! Hasbro made a good one, so take your L and go home. Yes, y'all. By far, the greatest Marvel Legends Spider-Man Hasbro has ever produced. For true fans of the series, this is everything we've wanted in a Marvel Legends figure. Maybe not so much in the choice of accessories, but for real, y'all, I don't care. The articulation for me alone was worth it. Now, if you haven't had a chance, check out the video I did for this dude, link below. Now, for me, the only crappy thing about this figure, aside from some questionable accessories, is that now every other Spider-Man figure is gonna leave me disappointed, because there's absolutely no outdoing this one. unless it comes in black. All right, y'all, that is a wrap for this top 10. We'll see what the rest of the year has in store for us. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and keep it civil, for crying out loud. This is all just preference. Your faves, more than likely, are not my faves, and that's okay. But speaking of your faves, give me some of yours down below, and we'll see our next top 10 of the year this late July. And with that said, we are going to go ahead and sign off. Respect yourself, respect those around you. We will go ahead and check you later. And as always, stay frosty.